Well, hello and welcome to this special clip on Hannah and Eastwood Get Real on YouTube and on Facebook. We are joining together tonight to review the latest series of Britain's Got Talent, which came to a sad and sorry end last night after months of droll, talentless entertainment. And the final didn't really impress as many of the other years have, and one reason for this is box ticking. Now, you may have heard us mention box ticking before, box ticking particularly at the BBC. If not, you can find our other videos on YouTube. But this year's final, they seem to put plenty of diversity in. There was a black comedian who was racist and did a whole set about how racists act in BLM. There was the disabled dance group, because you've got to enjoy a pity party of a sad story to try and encourage people to vote. And there were the child magicians who didn't really impress as much as they would. And to me, it feels like they're scraping the barrel now. So I think now is the perfect time to say, let's pull the plug on this. We've seen the same with the X Factor.
Yeah.
The X Factor, I think Honey G was the last year that I watched.
That was the last straw for me.
That was the last straw for both of us. And that felt like it was scraping the barrel. And then last year they tried X Factor Celebrity and X Factor the Band. Last year they tried Britain's Got Talent the Champions. And this year they've returned to the bog standard Britain's Got Talent, and it's scraping the barrel. Come on, ITV. Come on, Simon Cowell. Well, we can get better TV. There's stuff that is going on to streaming channels that people would rather see on terrestrial TV. So why, if you can't provide quality TV, why can we not put that on TV?
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with with basically everything you've said. I think it's been the worst series so far, without a doubt. I think the talent has been really low, and I think the final was a huge disappointment. And for me, there was only one winner, which was blatantly obvious. And thank goodness for the British public for choosing the winner as John Courtney.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry about that. But he was thoroughly deserving. I've watched all of his performances from his audition all the way through to the final, and he was my pick to win from the start. And I think he was the only one there that had any talent in the final, to be honest. To be perfectly honest. And I just want to take up your point about diversity. I don't mind if there's diversity in the final if the people in it have got talent, but I felt that they didn't have talent and were just there because they ticked a box. So there's a difference here, you know. I'm not being racist or anything like that by saying I don't like the fact that there's mixed race people in it and there's disabled people in it. If they're really good and they have genuine talent, great. But I don't believe that most of the acts in that final had any proper talent. And I just feel that they were put there. I mean, Nabil, who was the comedian that you just talked about, that did all of his sets were to do with racism and basically politicizing and campaigning for BLM. And the only reason he got through to the final was because the judges put him through. So you can tell that this whole show is a complete setup, a complete staging. And it's a political vehicle now for these agendas, and it's not acceptable. And as you say, it is really dying And I think it's going the same way as X Factor, and they need to just accept the fact that it's a dying show. I mean, this year there's been a number of professionals that they've put in to actually provide some talent, because I don't think people are applying. Myra Dubois, who was the drag act, is a professional. The woman who did the Whitney Houston tribute, she's played Whitney Houston at Wembley, and yet she's auditioning for Britain's Got Talent. There's something going on here that's wrong. So, you know, when they're putting in pros, it is a completely dying show, and I think everyone is has the same opinion as us, really, that it's just lost it. And it's very sad to see, because it was once a very good show, as was X Factor. But they've got to accept that they've got to move on, I think, because this is unwatchable television. It really is. I found it painful to watch most of this series. And the only decent act was John Courtney. So brilliant that he won. That's all I have to say, really.
So come on ITV, pull your finger out, put good quality TV on, because Saturday night primetime TV is when families sit down together, watch the TV, and if you're politicizing family TV, it's just going to make people not want to watch TV. And obviously, if they don't watch TV, you don't get the ratings, and then you just pull the plug on more shows, and people don't get the exposure that they deserve. So come on, sort yourselves out.
Yep. Right, so that's our quick fire review of this series of Britain's Got Talent in 2020. Let us know what you think, and as always, like and subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. All we're doing is we're just two guys in the madness of 2020, speaking our opinions, bringing some common sense to a very mad world at the moment. So please join the party and subscribe, and get involved in some conversations under the videos. We'd like to hear what you think. Good night, everyone.